their countries of origin in search for domestic jobs in Kenya, hoping for better lives. But to some, crossing the border is now their greatest regret, owing to the harrowing experiences they have gone through in the hands of cruel employers repeatedly. And while instances of discrimination, harassment, and mistreatment among migrant house helps in the country continue to spike, our reporter David Mudoka tells of the exploitation of migrant house helps in Nairobi's Eastleigh area amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
At the crack of dawn in Kiambu slums in Nairobi's Eastleigh area, girls and middle-aged women in their droves are in a race against time to make it to the other side of this bridge, comprising of Eastleigh's middle and upper-class residents. The women know too well it is the earliest bird that catches the worm. Some here will be lucky enough to get an employer to offer them a domestic job for the day, but to most they will have to wait again until tomorrow. Such has been the norm for years. Some of the women have been here for as long as 20 years, while others have recently joined the rest, having left their countries of origin in search for greener pastures. While some have had to cross just one border to enter Kenya, in this case Uganda and Tanzania nationals, for the Democratic Republic of Congo nationals, they have had to cross more than just one border. Most do not have work permits, nor Kenyan identification documents. But the risky pursuit for a domestic job among these women is half the gamble. The kind of employer that these immigrant house helps will get for the day is the other side of the coin. Some of the employers, knowing that these house helps are non-citizens, have made it a habit to exploit them. If it is not a lesser pay this time, it is no pay at all next time.
Haja yao ni kutunyanyanya sisi. Mtu anakuandikia shilingi 2,500 na Wakenya wanaandikia shilingi 5,000. Sasa mimi nashindwa, sisi Waganda tuko aje?
For one of the house helps, Esther Jalenda, when she crossed the border from Uganda 20 years ago, she thought she was bidding her woes a lasting farewell, only to jump from the frying pan into the fire when she and a colleague, one day thinking they had hit the jackpot, were forced to do the unthinkable by an employer.
Akaenda katoa kwa draw mwili. Hiyo mwili ilikuwa mwili ya mwanamke. Tukafanya hiyo kazi, tukafanya nani. Kwa roho mimi naomba, sijui mama mwenye tulikuwa na yeye kama alikuwa naomba.
Cases of sexual harassment have also been rife among these house helps, who know reporting the cases to the authorities might be a straight ticket to deportation, if not detention.
Hata anajua una idea kuna mali pengine penye utafanya nini, penye utaenda. Sasa kupitia kwa hiyo hali anaanza kukusumbua, anataka mulale na yeye. Sasa hakuna venye unaweza kataji unataka nini, juu unataka pesa.
Because they are not sure how they'll be treated and received at the police station. They would rather live with, implication of forced sex, basically rape.
Between a rock and a hard place, a number of women have resorted to marrying Kenyans in pursuit for citizenship. What seems as a way out has, however, seemed to work for just a few of them.
Na kama hauna ID Kenya, hakuna chochote chenye unaweza fanya. Hata ID ya Tanzania yezi nisaidia Kenya kwa sai. Lazima ukuwe na ID ya Kenya.
They insist that the COVID-19 pandemic has piled more misery on their woes. Suitable jobs have now become hard to find, while accessing government services has also become a tall order.
Saizi nafanya nyumba mbili, nafanya 1,500 na 2,000. Saa mwezi ikiisha hiyo niko na 3,500 kama zangu.
Huwezi enda kuzaa. Ukienda uandike ati ID linda mama na ID ya bwana wako, wanakuambia si bwana anazaa, ni wewe mama.
With the number of immigrant house helps in the country sharply rising, community-based organizations highlighting their plight have insisted that the trend is worrying and that they are already overwhelmed.
These women are the ones that make this nation move. Actually, if every mama fuwa decided, every domestic worker decided that you're not going to work, I can imagine how many offices will be closed that particular day. I can imagine how many market spaces will not be open.
There should be no exempt for any individual, citizen or otherwise foreigner, to evade the law in the pretense that, I'm displaced from country A or country B, and now I find myself in Kenya. So the law is supreme, and they should do everything within that law.
For the women, hope that their silent suffering will cease is not lost. They, however, feel the government has a role to play in cushioning and recognizing them. David Mudhoka, TV47, Nairobi.